You guys caught me in my reading time. Tie of Jeet by Bruce Lee. Very excellent book. If you haven't read it, give it a read sometime. All right. Knowledge of the day, or knowledge for the day. All right. Got a comment from somebody. Let's see. Okay. Actually, they asked me a question. Actually, they said, okay, here it goes. Maybe not my style, but this looks awkward to me. Can you explain this to me? I'm just too conventional. Okay, so I put up a boxing video maybe sometime, I think in May. I put up a boxing video. I was hitting the bag with boxing gloves on. All right, this person, said that it looks awkward to them. It's not their style because they're too conventional and stuff like that. So basically, my comment for that is that I didn't start out as a boxer. So boxing is not my first thing that I will actually, if I'm getting a fight, I'm going to start boxing. Because that's not my background in the arts or any combat sport. I started out with karate. That's my base. That's actually my foundation. So if I ever, get into, I'm not saying I'm getting the fights, but if I should ever, have to defend myself or anything like that, usually you're gonna resort back to what you actually know the best. So you're gonna go back to your karate, you go back to your jiu-jitsu, go back to your kickboxing, your taekwondo, your kung fu. It just depends on what you started with in the beginning. So I started with karate in the beginning. So that's my foundation, that is my base. But I did boxing, I did Muay Thai, I did Jukundo, I did Jiu-Jitsu. They're all different styles or forms. But, usually you always resort back to your base. And karate is my base. Just like if you see like any MMA fights or UFC or whatever, you got a lot of jiu-jitsu guys who are, they're jiu-jitsu guys. They're good jiu-jitsu guys, but their base is jiu-jitsu. But they might pick up, striking here and there. But whenever they're in like deep trouble or they're in a position where, it's like they can't really defend themselves, they usually resort back to what they know. So they resort back to jiu-jitsu. So they might strike for a little bit, throw a couple of kicks and punches, but they always go back to the jiu-jitsu. So yeah, so basically being a karate person also, I am unorthodox. I'm gonna be an unorthodox fighter. I'm gonna be not conventional too much because the way how I train, unorthodox is unpredictable. So I'm very unpredictable with my strikes that I throw. So I don't really throw anything in a particular like order or any routine or anything like that. Everything is just unorthodox. It's there's form in it, but it's just thrown in a a different way. So it's good to be unpredictable. You don't want to really be the same all the time. So you have two guys who are the same, keep doing the same moves over and over again. It's like you know each other, so you know what the other guy's gonna do, and you know what the other guy's gonna do. But if you have one guy fight one way, and then you have an unpredictable guy, make a good fight. And you have guys that will just throw leg kicks, 1, 2, 3, leg kick. Why not mix it up? Why not 1, 2, 3 spinning back kick, 1, 2, 3 spinning hook, 1, 2, 3 spinning back fist, or or something is good to be different. You don't want to be the same all the time. keep doing the same moves over and over again, because person gonna figure you out after a while, and then it's just not gonna be a match anymore. It's gonna be like, like, oh, I already know what you're gonna do already. So I'm gonna be unpredictable on you, and I'm gonna counter what you do because I already know what you're gonna do because I can read your moves. But you can't read mine because I have a whole toolbox full of tools with all different kind of moves. So what you see me doing usually when I'm hitting the bag, sometimes I might be breaking rhythm because I usually flow with my punches and flow with my kicks. I don't usually wind up, so everything just flows. So I usually use a lot of footwork. I move around a lot. I usually don't stay in the pocket because I counter a lot. So I usually stay on the outside, and then I set up my moves from the outside. And then from setting it from the outside, the person think that, oh, he's far away. He's not going to hit me so far outside. But I set it from the outside, and setting it up from the outside, I come straight in. And since my moves are unorthodox, it's like I can come from all different angles. I can come from the right, the left, above, underneath. I can come all over the place because you don't know what the hell I'm going to throw. So I think that's actually a better fighter to me. I mean, there's not really a better fighter, but because it depends on the person. Because it depends on what kind of person you are. Because some people are like a brawler, like to fight inside. Kind of like a Mike Tyson, he's more, he fights inside, he stays in the pocket, a lot of power shots, Then you have like a Floyd Mayweather, who is more like a finesse, more footwork, moves around a lot, picky shots, stays on the outside, he counter fight. So, it depends on what kind of fighter you're, because you have to know what kind of fighter you are. So, you can try out what you have to see if it works for you, because it might not work for you. Maybe you're not an orthodox fighter, maybe you're a conventional. So it maybe, depends on what style or, what martial arts work for you. Usually also the person that does the style also. So, you can do all types of kung fu and karate and whatever you want, but if it's up to the person, if you don't physically train enough and put your heart and your mind into it, then it's not gonna be no good. Couple unorthodox fighters I'm gonna mention. How sometimes people are, they're always, it has to be on TV to be, the best. So I'm gonna name some guys who are on TV. So because usually that's how it is. The media plays and people fall into the media and like, oh, since he's on TV, he's the best because he's on TV. Okay, a couple unorthodox guys is Machida, Yoda Machida. I'm just gonna name a few. Anderson Silva, John Jones is an orthodox too. Throws shots from everywhere and spinning elbows, knees, spinning back kick, all that stuff. Jose Aldo is very unorthodox too. New guy, Uriah Hall. He's also unorthodox also. And you see, and George St. Pierre too is unorthodox also. You see, the guys who are talking about, those guys are like, if you're going by media again and the whole hype, whatever, those guys are on top. So those are like guys who are holding the belt and guys who are probably going to hold the belt soon. So it's like, if you fight, you want to throw leg kicks and 1, 2, 3s all day. I mean, that's cool. But I mean, there is nothing to figure that out. You keep doing that, I'm just like gonna laugh at you and be like, okay. Then on the next time you come, 1, 2, 3, end up into a spinning back kick. Or it's just so predictable. Like, I can read you. So there's nothing wrong about being unorthodox. Unorthodox is very good because you're unpredictable. So that's a compliment for me. Okay. Let me see what else I can talk about. So yeah, so basically, that's it. You know, I'm all rounded. You know, I do boxing, I do jiu-jitsu, I do Muay Thai, I do everything, but my base is karate. So when it comes onto it, I'm in like, like my back against the wall and whatever, and then my first resort is going to be like to counter strike or to be on the defense and counter or moving around a lot because that's what I've been doing all my life. And then the other stuff, I just added in there, you know. I use them every once in a while. I might have a broken rhythm, and I might, throw like a shin kick. I might throw an elbow. I might throw a knee. If I end up on the ground, I got, all different kind of submissions on the ground, from off my back, or So it just depends on the kind of fighter you are, or you know, some people are stay in the pocket, you know. So, um, uh, yeah, gonna get back to some reading now. Probably read that book like 100, probably more than 100 times, but it's very interesting. A lot of quotes, a lot of philosophies, a lot of basic moves that are broken down into simpler formation. That there's no long way to it. It's very straight to the point. So I'm gonna get back to that reading. Um, oh yeah, you guys check out my T-shirt. Keep on kicking. Gichie.com. You can check that out. You guys keep on kicking, like the shirt. Keep on stretching too, because flexibility is very important. You have to be flexible. If you're not flexible, it's going to be harder for you to do those kicks, and you won't have that smooth movement in your hips and everything like that. So you want to have flexibility. Is very important. You can throw kicks from any angle, and you throw them very easily. So yeah, you guys can comment, rate these channels, subscribe, and keep on kicking.